Ian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be right. I'm almost done.
Ian.
Yeah. Hey, Dave. Hey.
You said you were ready to start the show.
I was, but you know what? I am finishing up one quick BGP change for Facebook, real quick. So just
okay. All right.
Bear with me. And there we go. That'll do it. I don't feel the need to check on anything. I think everything went fine. How are you? Let's start our car show.
You know, I have a feeling that we're going to have plenty of time to talk about cars.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my phone off now that I did that BGP change for Facebook.
Just so we're not interrupted during the podcast, right?
Because I mean, obviously nothing could have gone wrong, possibly.
Absolutely not, right?
So, that should be good.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And bit over.
That's how they should end every bad Saturday Night Live sketch.
Yeah. Done with that bit.
Uh-huh.
Do you like how in the middle of my random typing, I just put one IP address in there? Just for funsies?
I didn't see that. I didn't look at the Talk Boots document. I like that. Oh, that's my home IP.
Yeah.
You typed my social security number, but in hex?
Why would you know it in hex? That's crazy.
You don't?
Well, welcome everybody to Apex Adjacent. We are going to talk about cars, but not yet.
Right. We want to talk a little bit about the Facebook outage.
Yes. So it's breaking news in that it was, several days ago now, and everyone has forgotten about it. But I wanted to bring it up because, first of all, Facebook network engineer who caused a global outage, been there. I understand. Like, hitting enter and then nothing comes back. That is a very particular feeling.
Exactly. Like you could take a Sharpie and outline the anxiety on in the pit of your stomach, on your chest. Like, you'd have like some weird, but you could you can feel it. It's so tactile.
Oh yeah. And I mean, even just hearing about these stories where somebody went, and now to do my change and take a sip of coffee and oh boy. Right? Like, I have that same feeling of all the times I've done the exact same thing.
Yep. I've nuked an entire Active Directory before. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I got it just then.
Yeah.
I've taken more than one military base offline before. Different classification levels, even. Like, I've done it.
I like that you're casting a wide net. Some diversity in your bonds, son.
Oh yeah, I've screwed up in many ways.
Not just car related, but just to let people know, we don't isolate our mistakes to the show.
Yeah, most recently I screwed up by proxy, where I told someone to do something. They were on a video call that was going through the connection that we were messing with, and they stopped talking, and I was like, oh no.
They were just like this.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, that was so bad. Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So given the Facebook outage, tell me about like what this did for you mentally, emotionally, when you saw the news, like how it impacted your life.
Well, it was, it's not, so that feeling of like the sympathetic anxiety.
Sure.
I know what that's all about. But there was this other feeling that I had, and I don't know that I have a word for it. I've heard that other people describe it. And
like big fans of David Hasselhoff have described it this way.
No, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this word right, so you have to help me out if I'm not. I think it was called joy.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. It's goy. I'm not. It's joy.
It's not a GIF situation.
Joy.
Yes.
Glee, even.
Yeah. Right. Like a little bit of
funny.
Euphoria. Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Right.
Yeah, pretty hilarious.
It could a worse thing couldn't have happened to a more awful company.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But the one thing I did want to talk about with as like a PSA, the reason I brought it up on the show is we talked a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what the context was, where I think you had reacted to something very differently. Oh, it was a bumper sticker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the weird like Chris Angel bumper sticker. Yeah.
Yeah. You had
it was the warning driver is gay bumper sticker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you immediately went to like,
I did not rule out the possibility that that somebody homophobic did it.
Right.
Yeah.
But we use that as jumping off to kind of talk about how everybody's kind of like in this, like, got their guard up.
Yep. We're holding down and back in our Street Fighter version of our life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, in addition to a bunch of like news outlets getting how routing works completely wrong during this Facebook debacle, which wasn't helping matters, there was a whole lot of like people that jumped immediately to like conspiracy theory stuff.
Right.
And every network engineer that was on Twitter was just like, oh no, you can do some damage with the type of changes that they were making. Like, this is what happens.
Right.
Everybody there was no conspiracy other than somebody fucked up. And sometimes a fuck up is just a fuck up, and you should enjoy it for what it is when it happens.
Yeah. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when you see a weird vanity plate, they're not calling you a name personally.
Right.
Yeah. But you may not want to talk to them, and you may not want to use Facebook.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But it's a fascinating, these sorts of outages are fascinating to me because of all of the things that happened because of the first thing that happened.
Yes.
You know, like the door badges not working, and then like the people on site not having access to the devices, and then so they've got to drive people in because everyone's been working from home. Like,
right.
Oh.
Where do you stand on do you think that somebody actually had to take an angle grinder to the server cage to open it? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that was the thing kind of going around. And it was like, nah, I mean, that's, that sounds like, I have a friend that works at Facebook. They said that, that kind of thing, Yeah, right.
I mean, honestly, it's crazy to me that they don't have like a true out of band. This is going to get really IT heavy really quick, but like a truly like out of band, like LTE connection into the management network sort of thing. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, security.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And car show. But I think that like that kind of that Facebook outage kind of hit and gave us like some relief. It gave us a distraction, you know, in these difficult times. And so tonight's show is going to be like that kind of show. We're not going to get too heady. We're going to have some laughs. We got tons of listener my eyes. This episode is it's October, Ian. It's officially spooky season. Yeah. I've made a spooky FMK cars for you.
Ooh.
We're going to have some
Vincent Price voice.
That's good. Yeah. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Okay.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
I will write a memo to myself to have some fun.
And signed in triplicate. All right.
Joy.
All right, Raymond Holt. Let's what do you want to talk about first? We've got some garage updates.
Yeah, I was going to say we both have things to talk about.
Yes.
With the garages. And I think we should start with you.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Because I'm still recovering from mine.
Okay, all right. And I'm still recovering from yours a little bit too. Yep. Okay, all right. So let's talk Abarth. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had an update in quite some time, so I'm very anxious to hear what's going on.
I haven't been able to work on it a whole lot lately, so let me share this Goigle tab here, and we'll talk about it here. Yeah. Let's see here. We're gonna ignore that, and we're gonna. Okay, here we go. So last we saw on the Apex Adjacent, previously on Apex Adjacent, I was digging into the engine and I hadn't got the head off. If you follow me or us on Twitter, you had the luxury, I guess, of seeing the actual results, the bad thing that is keeping the Abarth from running. Here it is. Exhaust valves in cylinder number 2 are roasted, and one is actually partially missing. So yeah.
My first question is then where did that piece go?
Since the material just kind of like broke down and just kind of like the material is coating these exhaust valves here. Yeah. So like as combustion was still happening, like it was just kind of continuing to roast that material. Right. And so it's there, and it's made its way into the oil, and so flushing the oil a couple times is going to be necessary. Yeah. So stuff like that. Your exhaust valve is the friends we made along the way.
It's everywhere now. It's a part of you. It's a part of me. Just like we're all made of stars. Your whole car is exhaust valve.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. I couldn't have said it better myself. So I have the head off. I talked to a head rebuild place. They, as you said, they gave me a price that was not so ridiculous that it was like $10,000, but a price high enough to keep me the fuck away from them. Yep. And so I found a head on eBay, and I separated. The head has 2 halves. Oh, here's the. Yeah, there you go. There's the bottom half of the top half of the cylinder head. I don't know a better way to say that. Yeah. Right? Yeah, the cylinder head has 2 halves. One half, the top half has the cam and the vacuum pump and the timing gear, and the bottom half has the valves. Yeah. And normally what happens from engines I've worked on, like the Saab and stuff like that, you take the cams off and there's like hydraulic tappets that come out, and then you have access to the valves through there. This like just kind of like separates like halfway there, right? And so
this is what's technically referred to as the old bottom top.
The old bottom top. You're exactly right. Top. Yeah. So I rebuilt it. I cleaned up all the valves on my on my bench, and got everything back in. I lightly lapped the valves with that like lapping paste, and until my carpal tunnel was kind of firing too high. But yeah, so here is everything cleaned up, and pretty well seated. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to run. It should be good. It's going to be way better than it was, when the head was shipped to me. Yeah. And yeah. So here's the engine with no head. I did find that hydraulic tappet that I had lost. It did fall into the exhaust. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I loosened one bracket and the exhaust bent at the flex pipe, and I heard it rattle its way down. Nice. So I got that. Yeah. And then let's see here. What else we got? Oh yeah, there's the upper head, the underside of the upper head. You can see that I've Sharpied good on it, so I didn't mix them up. Smart. Yeah, and like these look like little faces that are terrified of what I'm doing. They do, right? Yeah.
You're gonna take a little picture of like spaghetti coming out of one of them.
That's a great idea. Like, or maybe valves.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. Yeah, and so also new oats dropped on the One Hell of a Town store, and I finally broke my my rule of putting stickers on cars outside of the bike air fairing. Oh. So a tiny cute sticker on my tiny cute car.
That is very cute.
Yeah, and it has Jessie's oppo opposite lock sticker on the other window.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep that. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, working on the Abarth. Have a little bit of an update about getting parts for the Abarth.
Oh.
Ian, I visited a Mobar Parts desk a couple times over the past weeks.
Yeah.
I'd like you to take a stab at what kind of beverage they sell behind the parts desk.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to say it's either like Monster Energy or Mountain Dew, just like cooler full of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, here you go. Ian, you were close. Do you recognize what that is there? Second rack?
Faygo?
Faygo. They sell Faygo at the Mobar Parts desk.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
right. Hey,
sure.
I mean, right. It's Michigan, right? Detroit. That's right. Like, yeah. So
that's really funny.
Yeah. And yeah, I've had experience with the Mobar Parts people, but I've also been getting parts online, and if you'd like, we could do a live unboxing of parts that I got from Rock Auto right now, if you'd like.
I would love to. I would love that, and I would also, while you're getting that box, I'll just speculate on, roughly what percentage of juggalos drive Dodge Chargers. Right.
This one doesn't have a box, but these are my straight from China hood vents. Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can paint those white and color match the car.
You should pull the semiconductor out of those and then resell them.
This what are you talking? What?
It's a semiconductor shortage. Never mind. It's
the multi-air system has its own tiny little air filter. I got one of those.
What?
This is a tiny little oil filter for the.
Oh, it's an oil filter.
Yeah, for the multi-air
filter at first. I was like, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the multi-air oil filter. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's still tiny.
I know, right? Yeah. I don't know what the service interval is on it. It's not easy to get to. So, and all of the boxes that you get for this stuff all have this on it. Lancia, Fiat, Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Originale,
and then Mopar, SRT, Yeah. Okay. Anyway, here we go. All right. Ian, box number 1. Okay.
Well, there's more than one? How many are there?
I have 2 unopened Rock Auto boxes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So talk me through parts. Is it difficult to find parts? I mean, I guess there's. Is it because they're in short supply, or because it's confusing to know which ones to get? Because those are
both.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I know, right? Guess how much they Rock Auto wants for a single exhaust valve?
A single exhaust valve.
Yep.
$175.
Oh,
I don't know how much exhaust valves cost.
I mean, it's one valve, so normally like $1, $3.
Okay.
For an exhaust valve. For the Fiat, $23, Ian.
Wow.
Right?
I feel like that was very much my Lucille Bluth moment of like, how much could one banana cost? $10.
Right?
Yeah.
We have a head gasket, Ian.
Oh.
We have a head gasket.
Okay.
And we're looking for the Rock Auto magnet. Oh, we have a magnet, Ian. Johnny's going to like this one. Eric's Pontiac, built with Rock Auto parts.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I have that one. Okay. All right. Box number 2, Ian.
Box number 2. Well, this is exciting podcasting.
And you know what we've never done?
Watching Dave unbox something in an audio format.
You know what we've never done? We've never done the Fiat on the Rock Auto maintenance calculator.
Oh, that's true.
You want to do that? We could do that.
I'm curious to know. I'm curious to compare it to my R32.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Box number 2, we have a valve cover gasket.
Nice.
And the tiniest little thermostat and thermostat housing known to man.
Yes, you showed me the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should show the people.
So the housing and thermostat are one piece, right? Oh, yep. Here we go. Okay, prep yourself. This little baby thermostat. This is it. Yeah.
Oh, guy.
Yep. Usually these things are twice the size, and that's. I mean, I wish I had a banana for scale, but it's so tiny, so tiny. And it's so weird that it's all one thing. I don't know if I like that, but it keeps me from putting the thermostat in backwards. So
yeah,
that helps. And we have no magnet, Ian. We have no magnet.
Send it all back.
Bitch. Yeah. Okay. All right. So there you go. There's my Abarth updates.
Okay. Let's do this Rock Auto comparison, because I genuinely, I don't know which one would be worse. I'm guessing mine is going to be more expensive, but not by much.
Okay. All right. I know what browser to share because it's the one with Fago in it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's close them. Let's do some Tabby Cat here.
Tabby Cat.
So
for anyone, while Dave brings this up, for anyone who doesn't remember, because it's been a long time since we looked at it, Rock Auto has this great tool on their website.
That's hidden way down at the bottom.
Yep, it's way down at the bottom. It's called the Repair Index Calculator. Yep. And basically what it does is it tells you, like, roughly how you can compare two cars and see, like, how much more expensive parts are for one car versus another. And the worst one was when we did this with my old Saab Turbo X, and we compared it to, like, a classic Range Rover.
Supercharged.
It was the supercharged Range Rover, and mine was like something crazy, like 20 times more expensive.
Yeah.
For your average part, which is why I think exhaust valves cost $170.
So we're going to go ahead and pick my little Fiat. All right. You can spend all day on this website. Okay. Mm-hmm. So here's kind of a trick question. So mine is the turbocharged single overhead cam, right? Because it has that multi-air box. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and pick your Volkswagen. All right. Okay. It is a 2004. Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. It's a Beetle. No, just kidding. It's a Golf. Okay. So you have the 3.2 V6, right?
Yes.
And then after you've selected the make, year, and engine, right, and model, then you hit this view parts cost comparison down here. All right. And it always puts the more expensive one higher, right? And my Fiat is not as expensive as your R32. Oh my God.
Except for that other category, yours is pretty expensive.
Yeah, that might be exhaust valves. I don't know.
But I mean, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Look at that. Yours is, and they give you a nice sentence up at the top here. Mm-hmm. The Volkswagen Golf R32 cost 1.2 times the cost of parts for a Fiat. So yeah, 120% higher.
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, partly age, partly, I mean, there's a lot more Abarths running around than there are R32s.
True, but then there's way more Golf parts that do fit on your car.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Let's see what an exhaust valve costs, right? Let's make sure exhaust valve. Oh, it's gone up. I should have bought stonks in it. $30. And you need 8 of them, Ian.
Yeah.
You need 8. Let's see what they are for your car. Okay. Volkswagen 2004 Golf. Yep. 3.2 engine exhaust. Oh, I don't even see exhaust valves. Yep. Sorry. Yep. Valve spring retainer keeper. Yep. Here you go. So here's a good one. So this little retainer keeper is $5 for you. Yeah. Right. We can see what it is for me. Valve spring retainer keeper is $1 for me.
Yeah. $1. So there you go. That's it. Just do that over and over again for the entire car, and that's what happens.
Okay, so do you want to do my Fiat versus your Turbo X real quick, and then we can move on?
Sure, just so you can see how How bad the Turbo X is? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just dunk on Ian's bad car.
Or is there another car? Dealer's choice.
No, because it's the reigning champion, I think. I don't think we ever found anything that was worse, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. And if listeners want to send us screenshots of their favorite like comparisons, that would be awesome. Yeah. So yours was the 2008 9.3 V6 turbocharged.
Yep.
Right? Why does all this shit just stay in our heads?
Yeah.
Like, right? Oh shit. Your R32 is more expensive.
Oh.
I mean, this stuff changes over time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody found a warehouse of Turbo X parts and they're clearing them out. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is that this may not include the all-wheel drive system, and this may not include all the Turbo X stuff, because you could get the 2.8 liter in multiple versions of the 9.3.
That's right. That's right.
So like it's like the rear shocks, because it was like the self-leveling thing, and then the electronic limited slip, which I know is catastrophically expensive.
Yeah. I bet like what they have to compare it to is reduced, so that's culling the field here. Yeah. That's skewing the results. I think you're right. Oh, and look, then you can share this comparison with your friends directly on the website. I didn't see this, so you can talk shit and send it to somebody. Yeah. I like that.
So, dude, everyone play along at home.
Friends. Yeah. Send us one. apexadjacent@gmail.com. Holy crap. I would love it if people send us these things.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's enough about me. That's enough about the Abarth. I want to talk about you, and by way of doing that, I also want to talk about me.
Yeah. This is almost more of Dave's story than it is my story. So I want to, before we talk about this, let me just preface this by saying that the feeling that I had when this garage update happened, when this garage event happened,
the event,
when the event happened, it was a lot like, as the owner of two small children, occasionally they break something that doesn't belong to me, or they act out in public, or they ruin someone else's day.
Okay.
And you can't help but feel responsible for that.
Right. Even though like you really had nothing to do with it.
Really had no control over it. And
accidents happen.
Accidents happen. Maybe they misbehaved at school, something like that. My car son misbehaved at school and hurt a friend of his, and I feel terrible about it, but that's what happened.
Yes, I like that. Your car son. So you and I have been getting press vehicles, right? And there's some complicated logistics with kind of getting both of us time in the vehicle, right? Because they prefer to pick up and drop off at one location. We live a little, 20 some odd minutes, 25, 30 minutes apart, much worse if there's traffic, right? Yeah. And so you and I are kind of like, we've been doing more logistics than we have in a long time, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And so we were doing one of our logistics things, and basically you were dropping a car off here, and to get yourself back home, you took the R32 because it was just sitting and not really being used.
Right. And you were going to drive the press car, right?
Yes. And I did.
Yeah.
But you left my house, and then I'm going to say 20 minutes later, you called me.
Yeah, just a straight call, which is always panic inducing, right?
Right. No, there was no text like pre-warn that there was going to be a call, which, I was like, oh no, what's happened? He crashed the car. Someone rear-ended him.
Yeah, that's the first place your mind goes, right? Yeah. Oh God, is Dave okay? Right.
He forgot, or then I was like, oh, maybe he forgot something in the car.
Because you're still dealing with me. Yeah.
Right. And why don't you take over from here and tell the people exactly what happened?
Sure. Yeah. I stopped for some kitten stuff for the kittens that we're fostering on the way home. When I was pulling away from PetSmart pretty close to my house, I heard a little bit of a clicking, and it went with not RPMs of the engine, but with speed of the car. And I thought it was maybe just a rock stuck in the tire tread. Came from the front driver's side. And when I pulled into my neighborhood, I made a right-hand turn to get into my neighborhood, and then all of a sudden it sounded like ka-dunk, 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 like maybe there was something stuck in the tire that was flipping. It was definitely RPM kind of, or speed of the vehicle centric, and it absolutely didn't feel right, and so I pulled over and looked at the tires. Everything still had air. I looked under the car. Everything was okay as far as I could see. And I got back in, moved it a couple feet, still ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk. And I was like, okay, like something's going on. Like I am probably about, I don't know, what do you say? Like less than 1,000 feet from my house, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, no traffic, no stoplights, anything like that, right? Like 2 right-hand turns and then it's in my driveway. And so I'm just going to limp this to my house, right? And on the way there, it's making that noise. I've got the blinkers on. We're going like 2 miles an hour, if that, right?
Further ingratiating my car to your neighbors.
Right, exactly. As if the exhaust note hasn't already made, yeah.
That sound is not a broken car. It's your home value slipping.
So I get it in the driveway, and I pull it into the garage. I get Luther out, and I pull your car into priority 1 spot, right? And I can't remember at which point I called you. Did I call you to say something is wrong with your car and I don't know what I'm going to look at it?
Yes,
okay.
You did.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You said it was. You described the noise that it made.
Oh, and you mentioned it could be the plastic shielding from your wonderfully wide tires that you've completely worn through on the driver's side.
Yeah, and then you were like, "No, it's metallic sounding," and I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
God.
So I jacked up the driver's side and I heard a ting on my garage floor, and I looked down, and this is what I saw. Underneath your car.
Just a little Bolt ambassador to let you know this is fun times in here.
Everything's going fine, people.
Yeah, we're just gonna send one of us down to let you know that we're doing fun things up here. That's what that is. Yeah.
Exactly. So I popped your driver's front wheel off, and here's what I found. The front driver's side axle has decided to yeet itself out of the transmission casing. And so it was just, it had obviously no power to it. And that axle was kind of flopping around in this space here. And my wife and I went for a walk that evening and retraced where I drove the car in, and we picked up 3 or 4 more bolts, and 2 of the brackets that go between the bolts. I think I texted you that picture of the bracket, but you were like car Johnny Appleseed, just leaving parts throughout my neighborhood. And when I made that right turn, that's when it pushed the left tire out of that seat.
So my axle just fell out, which is great. It's what you want to have happen. So here's the backstory. We've done a little CSI. So basically, I then had the car towed to the mechanic because I had no way to get to it and then do anything with it.
Right.
And also, like, those bolts, our initial suspicion was, or your initial suspicion was correct, that those were one-time use bolts. And we had some missing, and there was a bracket that was bent and needed to be replaced.
Yes.
Of course, those were special order items, hence the Rock Auto thing. So I had that towed to the mechanic. They did an inspection on it. I got very lucky. They said that the last time somebody came in with this exact issue, the axle had gone around and like cracked into the transmission case and cracked it to the point where it wouldn't hold fluid anymore, and they had to get a whole new transmission case.
Of course, yeah.
So like, luckily it was like a couple $100 for some bolts and some brackets and some labor, and they torqued the other side and made sure everything was good. Here's what happened. This is a new mechanic that I'm going to. I started going to them about, 6-8 months ago. About a year ago, a little more than a year ago in August, with my old mechanic, I had the axles rebuilt, the front axles rebuilt.
Right.
Because the boots were torn, and that's just what you do with these cars. You just get the whole axle rebuilt rather than like doing a boot kit or any of that bullshit. So he reinstalled the axles and apparently didn't Loctite or torque them or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just took like a year, because I barely ever drive this thing.
Right.
For them to, as you put it, yeet themselves out. So there was no damage to like the spindles or the spindles, the splines or anything like that. Everything was fine. Just a busted up bracket and some missing bolts was all that it ended up being. So everybody, PSA, if you're going to lend your car to anyone, make sure it's a friend with lots of mechanical sympathy and a floor jack. And a low clearance floor jack.
I would like to thank Dusty Rusty, the original car that got my ears up as to when something is wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You know, miss you, boo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's really fun about this is the second car in my life that has had this exact same failure. The first time it was my fault, because I was the one who installed the axle and didn't torque it.
Gotcha. I do have to tell you, I haven't told you this before now, but Blue Water initially called me because my phone number, tow truck, blah, blah,
for the
blah.
tow truck, yeah.
Yeah, so I had a little conversation with Blue Water about your car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, so, So, I asked them, if they saw this often. They don't see it very often. But when they do, it's like typically like this. They said that they can use the bolts, but they don't do it very often. They Loctite them, so they have to be torqued and Loctited. I like that literal glue is holding your car together, Ian. Yeah. And so, and then I told him to call you from then on. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yep. Yeah, no, I saw your name in the notes.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, oh God.
What did he talk to them about? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm very thankful that there was no mechanical damage. When this happens, like you have the rest of the suspension holding that wheel roughly in place. So if it happens on the highway, you're going to get tons of vibration real quick, probably break the transmission case, but you won't flip the car instantly, right? You'd be able to get over to a shoulder.
Yeah, especially with these little knuckles and stuff would bust apart, and you would just run over the rest of the axle before anything else happened. And I mean the control arms on that car are way beefier than these, right?
They are.
They're not gonna. Yeah. The wheel's not going anywhere. It's just, what is it hitting as it's going?
Right. Because you have to think of that spinning as fast as you're going. It's not like a compound thing like a transmission, right? Yeah. That is spinning at 70 miles an hour if you're doing 70, right?
Right. Whatever. Yeah. It's the exact as the wheel speed. It's the same thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. I'm so happy that you are okay. And I feel bad that it ruined your afternoon.
Oh no, it was fine.
And then leaked grease all over your garage.
It actually wasn't that bad at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a good house guest. Yeah, your car was a good house guest. All things considered, right? All right. Yeah. It was fine. I just felt so bad because if I had the bolts, I would have fixed your car, you know? Yeah.
Oh, I think I would have brought it in anyway, just
Sure.
to check everything, because my primary thing with this car now is it's going to the track. So like, I certainly wouldn't trust me to work on work on a track car. So I would have gotten it checked out regardless. Just because I was so nervous about the transmission issues.
Sure.
But it's driving fine.
Yeah.
I had him do a brake flush while they had it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's okay. I've unclenched.
Yeah. It turns out your car had an additional anti-theft feature.
Yeah.
Ian, it recognized that the seat was scooted back a little bit and was like, not today, motherfucker.
Yeah. My other thought today about it was that, like, I'm happy that you're not a more mean-spirited person with more time on your hands, because then if you were, you definitely would have cut together a montage of all the times I said in the last year that everything is fine with my car on the show, because there was a lot.
Yeah, there was.
And you were always like, "Don't say that," and I was like, "It's fine."
Little do we know, like, as soon as you said that, like, one bolt just backed it out, right?
Just one more thread.
Yep, exactly, right? I did fix something on your car while it was in my possession.
Thank you, Dave.
Right, your mirror fell off, and this is one of my favorite things about your car. Okay, so if I'm gonna tweet this sometime, next week probably. So if you're just listening to the podcast, check our Twitter feed; it'll probably be up there. But so your car yeeted off its passenger side mirror as it's done with the front. Your car just loves shedding stuff. It's like a fucking Pomeranian, man. Like,
it's trying to cut weight. It knows it's a little heavy for the size, and it's like, I need to go on a diet, and so it just leaves parts all over your neighborhood, apparently.
I like that your mirror fell off in one piece because you managed to grab it before it hit the ground, right? Didn't Nico see it? Yeah. But for some reason, Volkswagen has printed the objects in mirror closer than they appear on the plastic behind the mirror.
It's very bizarre.
Right? Why?
I don't know. Do you think maybe they glue it and then laser etch it and it goes all the way through or something?
They could not laser etch stuff like wheel up like a laser etcher. Like,
I don't know, man.
Right.
Well, because this comes off.
Right.
That backing plate comes. That when you buy it, that's all together, and there's like a little socket that it like pops onto. I know because I've replaced multiple of these.
Okay.
Like several of them. Over the years, yeah, and so like it's all one piece when you buy it.
Interesting. Maybe you're right.
That's what it is. I don't know.
Maybe you're right. And now I assume yours looks a little bit different because of the epoxy that is behind it. Does the lettering look messed up? Because it does a little bit in this picture. Unless the epoxy is like totally cured and it's completely clear.
I don't think it did.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have told you. Now you're never going to be able to stop noticing it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't use my mirrors anyway. I do.
Yeah. So this is what I used. I just used the JB Weld Clear Weld epoxy. That's freaking magic, and shimmed it so it'd stay in place and not droop down. So you don't have droopy mirrors, buddy.
Thanks, Dave.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yeah. I forgot I was like, I need to fix that, and then you drove off, and I was like, I should fix it.
Yeah, I like that your intent was to fix it for me driving. Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah, because I only drove it like twice with it like that, right. And then I forgot about it because, I'm not driving it that much. So
I love driving your car. I love that car. It's so weird and fun, and it's just, it feels so good. It feels so direct, and it's just a great car to drive. It smells like an old car, like the leather and foam and interior and stuff. Like, Yeah.
Steering wheel's starting to disintegrate in your hand a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, I love it, Ian. I really, really like your car.
Me too.
Yep. So, anyway, at least we fixed one thing while I had it, right?
Yes. Well, and I picked it up today. It's all good. So
good.
I'm very, very relieved.
Yeah. It is. I can't wait until we can actually like vinyl wrap this thing or repaint it or something, because it deserves it. It's a good car. The way like Steph Schrader says, good parsh, like your car is a good VW, man. It really is. Like I just want to pat it on the head and thank it for its service. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I think a new hood and a vinyl wrap is in the cards soon. Yeah,
right.
So
right.
Yeah. We get through a couple things here, and then we're gonna make those things happen.
Nice. Right on, man. Right on. Yeah. So
so those were our garage updates.
Yeah.
It's been an eventful couple of weeks for us.
Yeah.
Have you seen things on the streets?
Dude, I've seen some stuff. Our buddies have seen some stuff. One listener bought a car. Yeah, our buddy Chris Ravert purchased his unicorn car. Ian, he picked up a 2003 Acura CL Type S with the 6-speed manual and the LSD equipped transmission.
Nice.
I love those CLs. I once saw one with a bike rack on it and was like, this person is doing things correctly. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, no, Chris, it looks great. It's lowered a bit here, and it's on newer TSX wheels, which I think look great on that car. And less than 700 manual Type S's ever made, and one of less than 800 including automatics, with this color combination, black leather interior. So those are good
cars,
right? How awesome is that? Yeah,
good find.
Right? Yeah. So congratulations, Chris. That's freaking awesome, man. Yeah. So keep us posted on the ownership.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, our buddy Jesse saw did you know that Cadillac makes a compact luxury car?
Yes. What do you mean? What compact? Like how?
I mean,
compact?
like subcompact.
Oh no! What is this going to be?
There you go, Ian. It's a Cadillac Spark, where they just slapped a fucking Cadillac logo over the Chevy logo. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, they just had to have that like sticker or emblem, and just were like, all right, smack it on.
Yeah. I feel like a little more effort is not too much to ask.
Right. And I do like the little ducky thing on the dash. That's fun.
The duck is great. I love the duck.
That's how you know it's the Cadillac Spark versus the Chevy Spark.
Yeah, that's a $10,000 option in the Cadillac.
Yeah. Oh man.
I do like this integrated. I've never noticed this on the Spark before. Is that stock? The like integrated body color. Thing on the bumper where the exhaust comes out.
You know, I've never noticed that before. We're gonna have to keep an eye out to see if like other Sparks are like that.
It's kind of cool and funky.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that I like that choice. I don't like the other choice. This choice though.
I forgot to mention that when I was at the Chrysler dealer, I saw this in the parking lot. I think this is a 68 Plymouth Roadrunner, which is the same Roadrunner that my dad had. He had one in silver with the 6-pack carburetor setup. It looks similar to the hood that he had.
I'm not seeing it yet, so.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Just showed up.
Yeah. So
cool.
It was super clean, right? Always awesome to see an old Roadrunner. Made me think of my dad. Had the little decal on it and everything. So
that's really cool.
Right?
Oh, nice.
Our buddies have seen some
beautiful blue.
Right? Yeah. It looks really good, right?
You can just dive into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Our buddies have seen some Porsches. Mark Freeman saw some Porsches. Look at that. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Right? So he said he spotted this in the Adirondacks. So I don't even know what these are. There's old Carrera, an old 911, and another old 911.
I love those Ducktale.
Right?
The Ducktales are so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, amazing Porsches.
Yeah.
Right?
Those are great.
And then our buddy Hammer saw this one. Look at that, man. Yeah. There's like the early 80s and cocaine personified.
I don't see it yet.
Ah, come on. Come on, Google Meets.
Yeah. Meats.
Yeah.
Meet me in the meats.
Yeah. Yeah, you let me know when you see it. I'm going to change the camera bandwidth I'm sending you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to change it to auto. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Do you see it, Ian?
I don't see it yet.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna look in our shared folder.
Yeah, the Porsche hammers. Thanks, Mark, and thanks, Joe, for sending those over. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, that old white Targa.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
Right?
And those are expensive now. You used to be able to get those for like nothing. Nobody wanted those.
Like 20 grand, right?
I mean, less than that. I mean, not that long ago, they were super cheap.
Really?
Now
okay.
Now they're stupid expensive.
Yeah. The inflation is just insane.
Yeah.
Whenever I park somewhere, I try to park next to a cool car if I can. And in this case, a cool car parked next to me. This rat rod here.
I have seen this rat rod up before.
Have you really?
Yes. Where did I see it? Oh, no, that can't be right. I think I saw it like in the mountains someplace.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Okay.
Because I remember, I think it was this one.
Okay. Nice.
Because I remember the wheels and I remember the roof.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing's super cool.
It is, right?
I don't know what it is.
Me neither.
But it's pretty cool.
Right? Let's see here. Another thing our buddy...
It looks sketchy as shit, though. Right?
Right. Yeah. Can you imagine driving that on I-70 in the mountains?
No.
Right?
No. It would be terrible.
Our buddy Mark saw another one. Remember that Republican congressman, maybe senator, and the airport story back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, God, what was his name? With the tapping of the foot?
Tapping of the foot, and what else? Do you remember the thing that he said that he does? He takes a
wide stance.
There you go. Yep. Mark saw the automotive equivalent of that. It's a dually pickup truck with just the wheels on the outside. It's not a dually. It's just a singly.
Larry Craig. It was Larry Craig.
Yep, that's it. Yep. I take a wide stance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there you go.
Well, is it just the angle that this is at, or are those different tires as well? Different size wheels? Is this a spare, maybe?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if so,
the
he's
angle.
Burning through spares because he's down 2 tires already.
Right.
Yeah. Our buddy Eric in Illinois saw somebody that sprung for all 5 wheels when you get custom wheels. They have all 5 like custom wheels on this van, which is I'm into this, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the only way to do it. Otherwise you'd be all like cattywampus.
Exactly.
Is what the kids say.
Right? You get a flat, you gotta bring it with the spare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These wheels work better on this van than they should as well.
They do, right? This van looks rad as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fender flares are definitely working.
right? Fender flares, the color, like everything, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Eric's
cool.
little Simpsons hot dog guy down on his dash.
Notice that, yeah.
Right. Let's see here.
I saw
Yeah,
something.
let's get to what you've seen.
So before you put this in here, so I feel like this is an example of somebody who, with their automotive choices, is trying to push people away, but in doing so, it makes me want to talk to them all that much more. Like it's having the wrong effect. So
Okay.
it's a Toyota 4Runner.
Okay.
Like a newish Toyota 4Runner. I think they've been the same since the Carter administration. They've been on the same body style, but it's the color and then the license plate together that makes me want to meet this person and have a conversation.
All right. Well, here we go. It is a bright, well, not really bright, like a muted flat pink Toyota 4Runner. I'm into that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see what the vanity plate says. I can't zoom in, Ian.
Enhance.
I can't. What does that say? PMS in 24/7? No way. Okay. All right. I'm into it. I
love it so much.
Right? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Right. They're like, stay away. And you're like, hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me more. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like that. Okay. Let's see. And then, did your father see something?
He did. My dad sent me this picture, and the only thing you need to know about it is I regret to inform you the BMW drivers are at it again.
Okay, let's see here. It is a BMW 435 convertible, and the vanity plate is one fun BMW.
Yeah. 0 fun owners.
I like that. Nice, Ian. Nice.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I've been working on that one for like 2 weeks. I workshopped it. And yeah.
Okay.
Proud of it.
Nice. Let's see here.
Dorkiest shit I've ever seen.
Right?
It's like, I think if you get a license plate that corny, you should just be issued a Polaris slingshot.
Right.
To put it on, right?
Right. Yeah. Your khakis just pleated themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see here. I like
the idea that the khakis, I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep going.
No, let's go.
I like the idea that the pleats and the khakis, like on a fighter plane, when they have the fighters, the other silhouettes that they've shot down.
Right.
Each pleat is you just earn it for each dad joke that gets a groan from someone. You just get another pleat.
Nice. Yes, exactly. I was thinking of like the chef's hat and how many ways you can cook an egg. Right. With the pleats. Yeah. The dad jokes. That's fantastic. Right.
Thank you.
Yep. How many times you've eaten at Jimmy Buffett's restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Ian, it is spooky season. Do you want to go out on a spooky FMK cars? I
would love nothing more, because that is the game we play on the show. It's based on the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, except we play it with cars instead of people. And you're going to give me 3 cars, and I'm going to assign FMK. People know how this works.
You're exactly right.
Smart people. We got it.
Yeah, right. Ian, it's let me pull up my note here. It's in the show notes here, podcast notes. Ian, it's spooky season. This one is called. Yeah, Ian, this one is called. It has risen from the grave. Spooky project cars with a scary twist.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, Ian.
It has risen.
Yes. Yes. Ian, I'm going to give you 3 project cars with a spooky twist. All right.
All right.
And that's going to be how you fund the project car.
Okay.
Okay. All right. First up, I'm going to give you, and these are all on Craigslist right now. Okay.
So I can make these terrible decisions right now.
Yep.
Okay.
So they are on the Denver Craigslist. Okay. All right. Here we go. First one. It is a 2005 BMW 545. Rear damage and front damage. Right. I found these all just by searching project car in
That's
Craigslist.
good because you want to balance out the damage. You don't want just rear damage because then your balance will be off. So you want front and rear damage. That's the ideal.
That's how you keep your tires aligned. Yeah. Yep. It's got an AC Schnitzer steering wheel decal for some reason and a Denon sticker on the windshield.
All good signs.
Yep, plenty of pet hair on the and dander, I'm sure, on the floor.
Yeah.
It is an automatic. It looks like they have put an aftermarket emergency brake handle on, so some very acute customization. Mm-hmm. It has 111,000 miles on it.
Okay.
There's the rear damage. Look at these wheels. These are crazy. It has a Nürburgring sticker on it. Okay.
Also a great sign.
Yeah. Right. And yeah, the tires are so low profile. That's, undrivable. Right. Yeah. And a tiny little wing Denon sticker. The tow hook is pre-installed for you. Okay. Good. It has like a tacky aftermarket. It's a car Stanza. They put M5 on it or an M badge on it, but it is not. So there you go. So this one, here's the rear damage. Here you go. All right. This one, Ian, a mummy chases you for a random hour once a month. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It drops cash during, while it's chasing you that you can pick up to use, right?
Okay.
Ancient Egyptian coins and stuff like that, right? Fall out of its, mummy wrappings. And so, you're going to be chasing it, but also you kind of want to stay near it. Right. And it is a biter. I'm just going to tell you up front.
That's what I was going to ask. My question was what happens if the mummy catches me?
Right, because otherwise it'd be like, oh, you're a mummy. Okay. Right. No, it's a biter. It's a biter. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds unpleasant.
Right.
How much money are we talking it's going to drop, though?
You're getting this for an hour once a month, right? So you're not going to be getting like $100,000, but you're going to be maybe getting like $1,000.
So I'm still coming out ahead after I get the rabies shot.
yes, your mummy rabies shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And 10th one's free, so at the clinic I go to.
Right.
Okay. All right. So there's your mummy and your BMW. Okay.
So sketchy. Okay.
All right. So here's your next car, Ian. It is a 2007 Mini Cooper project car. Okay. All right. Basically, a crank pulley bolt came loose and it skipped time, so it's probably bent valves. Right. Comes with a head gasket set, new bolts, timing chain tensioner, Vano sprockets, etc. Bunch of extra stuff, wheels. It is a manual transmission. You can see it's full of the parts because where better place to store the parts for the car than inside the car?
Obviously.
Right. I like this generation of Cooper. So there you go. Ian, can you guess what monster is going to be associated with this Mini Cooper?
I'm guessing a leprechaun.
Ian, you're right. Once a year, Ian, you see a leprechaun and you get to try to follow it to its potential pot of gold.
Okay. Well, hopefully my car will be working.
Right. But if you do get it, it's probably enough to really fix up the Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
$1,500 for this too.
Yep.
You should just get this and have the Abarth. You could park them both in that bay that you have and you could just start like a like a little. You have a kitten rescue downstairs, and then you have basically the same thing in car form upstairs.
Right. The tiny, cute hatchback rescue. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that when your car was in my garage, I had 2 broken hatchbacks in it. Okay, Ian. All right. So, last one. Here you go. This one is called, in the title, I'm going to read this to you first. How it was written. 1935, 37, 38, 39, 40 Ford car truck frame.
Okay.
And here's what it is.
Yeah, is it like a Model A frame to do like a hot rod with?
It basically looks like they're trying to sell you a ladder for $750.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It is. It call Dave. It says at one point on here it said, "Oh yeah, clean condition, not rusty," but the pictures beg to differ. Ian, what do you think this monster is going to be?
I think it's going to be Frankenstein's monster because of ladder, Jacob's ladder. That's my thought.
Good thought. I didn't think about it that much. Yours is better. Mine is a skeleton.
Well, I mean, that's more fitting. Yeah. Okay. Right.
You have a literal skeleton in your closet. Okay.
Okay.
You're allowed to harvest its bones and sell them to science or to creepy people on the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
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 And
or just use it to scare the shit out of my kids and keep like candy in there or something that I don't want them to get to.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's where you keep the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. If you had it finished, if you had all of these finished, what would you get the most enjoyment out of?
I mean, certainly not just a frame.
No. I mean, like, let's say these projects came to fruition, right? Because that's always the risk with a project car, that it never happens, right? But let's just say it does. And these are all finished.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I'd probably get the most enjoyment out of the Mini Cooper.
Okay. Sure.
But the idea of a 545 Lemons car is pretty intriguing to me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crush the frame.
Okay. All right. I think it's pretty much done for you. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not all that interested in owning a hot rod.
Right.
You know, like a classic hot rod. They seem like they're probably not that much fun to drive around. I don't really like drag racing.
Right.
And also having a skeleton in my closet would be pretty creepy. So then I think I'm going to marry the BMW.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Bold move. The AC Schnitzer BMW.
Yeah. Because mostly because I'm an idiot. And it has... Yeah, I'm intrigued by how many red flags there are. Right? Like, there are so many that maybe it'll be like a Nicolas Cage movie, and it's just like it'll go back to being,
come back around, huh?
It'll come back around again.
Next thing you know, you've got a Jupiter ascending on your hands.
Yeah, right. And I mean, it's going to take me years to get the vape juice out of the seats.
Oh yeah,
I'm guessing.
Definitely.
I mean, this has all of the red flags. It's pretty amazing to see them all collected in one place.
Right? Yeah.
But I'm very intrigued by it. Right.
Okay. So then for a day, you get to try to find the leprechaun's gold.
Yeah. And I mean, that would be a blast to try to chase a leprechaun around like in the mountains with the little Mini Cooper, bouncing down fire roads in a Mini Cooper. It'd be great.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Nice. I think you answered very well. Very well.
That's what I would do for a day. I would lift it to make it an all terrain Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do with it.
I like that.
Yeah. What would you do? You would marry the Mini Cooper, right?
I would probably marry the Mini Cooper. Yeah, just a little soft spot in my hatchback heart. I love your attitude towards the BMW. It's like prickly and electrocuting, and you're just like, I need to hug you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's going to hurt me.
Right.
And I know the particular ways it's going to hurt me.
Right.
But maybe.
Maybe.
Right. I mean, just let's just go through let's just count up the red flags that we see in this car.
Okay. All right.
The things that all of the things the way the thing is the posting is written, every single sticker that's on it.
Yes.
The floor mats,
the wheels. Yeah.
The wheels, the very particular nature of the damage.
Yeah, that it's front and rear, that it's finger cuffed, right?
Right. It's just and it's a V8 automatic BMW.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you're just silently taking it in. How could I make this work? Or what's the lowest that this person would take for this?
Yeah. I mean, it's already a very suspiciously low price for this car.
Right.
I mean, $4,000 is not very much. It's not very much for this much car. It's a fast car.
Right, yeah.
What is it,
those V8s are pretty boss.
2005 BMW 545?
Yeah, give me a 0 to 60 in horsepower.
325 horsepower.
Okay.
It's 3,700 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird... Yeah, Luther's a 2008 Lexus, and it has 380 horsepower. Out of a 4.6.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, this is when it started, right? But this says car and driver tested it at 5.5 seconds to 60.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna scoot, right?
Yeah. Which is pretty quick.
Should it ever get running?
Yeah. And it did the quarter mile in 14.1.
Okay. Yeah. That is respectable, man. Yeah. Yep.
But, oh man, what a basket of bad financial problems this thing is.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it's sleepy time.
It's sleepy time, Ian. I've turned into the Crypt Keeper because it's spooky season.
It's the boogie. Did we do a car plus Facebook show?
We did. We talked tech outages and we talked cars. And hopefully... we gave folks a pleasant distraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Ian, where can people send us, and what should they do besides copying Apex Adjacent on their Rock Auto cost comparison things? I'm going to do Chris's thing versus my Abarth.
Perfect.
While you tell people.
Yeah. Maybe do this 545 versus something. So you can text or call us at 720-515-1391. You can send us the pictures. You can send us some voicemails, whatever. We might play them on the show. You can email us, apexadjacent@gmail.com. We're on all the media's socials when they're working. And yeah, we're around. We're around these parts.
Yeah, right.
If you work in IT and you broke something, or not in IT and you broke something, let us know.
Chris is Acura. Chris, we have good news for you. You already know this because you bought a great car. Your car costs 47% of what a stock 2005 BMW 545 costs to maintain. And they only have 4 categories listed here. They don't have a lot of stuff because they have to do lowest common denominator with the common categories that they have. So, so I have a feeling this BMW that's holding up the line here. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the manual. So, I mean, imagine what the automatic is like.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yee.
So everybody avoid that BMW on Craigslist, or if you don't, please let us know where your GoFundMe is and we will contribute.
Yeah, exactly. We'll send the mummy your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We love you, everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.